to the point that it almost sounds simplistic. Men can stop rape. The reality, though, is that the issue is as complex as it is, unfortunately, timeless. This week, trainers came to Maui to help local agencies know what to say, how to say it, and when. Whenever there's a sexually violent crime, it affects far more than just one victim and one offender.
Oh, it's bad, and it doesn't have to translate into big numbers because just one sexual violence, you will have a victim that will suffer throughout his or her life that might become a perpetrator, hurting others, and that's just one incident. You have an offender that's possibly looking at prison. You have a family that's been destroyed. You have a community that's been negatively affected. And again, the future of those people involved is negatively affected as well.
A 2-day session at Maui College last week drew more than 100 to try to address the problem that is as old as time itself. The statewide plan for the primary prevention of sexual violence in Hawaii. It's not a how-to session on taming potential violators in the audience, nor is it a remedial class on how to get out of trouble. The trainers are training the trainers. These men and women are from a wide range of many agencies that deal firsthand with families affected by violence, and primarily sexual violence. It seems like it should be an easy message to get across. Don't be mean to women. But the reality is that it's an extremely complex path to get to the hearts and minds of men so they'll understand why they shouldn't be violent.
The work that we do is to really help communities better engage men and boys around these issues. And the key message of what we do is really to look at the question of what it means to be a man. Not to judge anyone's idea of what it means to be a man, but to really give men, and very few men of any age have this opportunity, the opportunity to sit around, especially with other men, and really talk about what it means. What are the pressures that we feel as men in society that we get of what it means to be a man, and then take that a step past ourselves as to what are those messages and those definitions of what it means to be a man and that performance of masculinity that we're all taught to have and to perform as men. What are the consequences for some of that on our societies, on our families, women in our lives, other men in our lives, etc.
The issue is made worse when the economy gets bad, like it is now. Add to that the unfortunate budget cuts that help prevent violent behavior before it happens, and the opportunity for sessions like this are priceless. But there was a price to pay, and the Maui County Prosecutor's Office helped fund this seminar. The community support agency leaders who are here became invaluable disciples for the message of peace.
In my mind, there are some prevention efforts that can be done without much funding, because there's a lot of volunteers, and I've already talked to some people that would do classes or presentations without any compensation. So prevention efforts don't necessarily need to take a lot of money.
Even though the problem is an ancient one, Akob says he believes trainings like this can make a difference, that there is a 21st century way to get the word out.
Yes, the message is that men has to take the responsibility, and that they can be a part of the prevention of violence against women. Traditionally, it's been the women that's leading the march against violence against women. And it's time for men to step up and say, yes, we are a part of this movement and we can do something to prevent violence against women.
To learn more about the program and the organization, follow the link to this week's stories at MauiTVNews.com.